My beautiful viewers, let me start the show. Just give me a second. Here we go. My beautiful viewers, we're going to start in a second. With you. So, my beautiful viewers, welcome back, welcome back. We are truly honored for your time and for your comments. And then just want to let you know, this is our first Power Master Power Partner, sorry, Power Partner Masterclass series. Beautiful Erika and beautiful Paul is gonna give us an amazing masterclass. I am gonna ring the bell to say goodbye when it's time for us to go, but we will still be a little bit on the recording. But when the networks say go, then I'm so sorry, but we will say goodbye before we go. I want to share with you that all the details of Paul and then his book will be down below in the show notes. And then I also would love to share Erika's details, and it will also be down in the show notes. And if the ladies, if you have your sunglasses, and viewers, if you have your sunglasses, and you do get a goosebumps moment, you are so welcome to put on your glasses, and I will take photographs. Oh, look at Cindy's glasses. Love it, love it, love it. So, oh, thank you, Sylvie. So, my beautiful viewers, are you ready? My beautiful ladies, are you ready? And then our special guest for today, my beautiful Erika, are you ready? Thank you. My beautiful Paul, are you ready?
I am.
So, let us start. Today is our first Power Partner Masterclass series, and I am truly, truly over the moon that the two are going to start off, and they're going to show us how this partnership is working. Just want to let you know, my beautiful ladies, I have not given them anything. I told them the brief, what I need, all the assets, and they had to sort it out. So now the magic, let the magic begin. I wish I had my thing here. Yes, I have it here. Just give me 1 second. I've got my feather here. Ooh, am I gonna open it in time? Wait. I've got my magic feather here. Here it is. And the pen is gold. So I bestow the master classes series open. Choop. So beautiful Erika, please introduce yourself. And then it's Paul's turn. And then my beautiful ones. I will ask you then if we are ready. My beautiful Erika.
Thank you so much. I am Erika Ristovski. I was born and raised in Colombia, lived 20 years in the States, and now I'm in Spain. And what I do, I am an intuitive soul connector. I actually guide people to connect to their heart, to connect to who they truly are on a soul level. It doesn't matter what emotional struggle they're working through. It's all about getting to know themselves and live with purpose, with joy, with abundance, with everything, and just claim that experience and love life.
Thank you, my beautiful Erika.
And please, Paul, introduce yourself.
Thanks, Erika. Hi, everybody. 6 a.m. in Australia right now, so very happy to be here. Paul Boulton, I am. I've been a professional psychic and psychic therapist for decades. I've worked on thousands of people. I still see clients on Zoom calls and whatever. But my goal with everybody is to help them get past the accumulated wounds, some of them acquired through their families, sometimes through generational wound, that can be restricting their ability to find their heart, to love themselves and to live and love and speak and respond and dance and be courageous in their current life. So my goal is to help people do that. And today in this masterclass, we're going to go into a few of our Erika and myself's personal stories about how intuition has pretty much saved the day, as opposed to where the head was going to take us. So we're very excited to present for you today.
Thank you, thank you. So, my beautiful ladies, Christiana, Sylvie, Marie, Cindy, and Tina, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. So, all over to you, Erika and Paul. Take it away.
Yes, thank
Tina.
you. All right, everyone. So we wanted to bring the topic from head to heart and unlocking intuitive living. So how do we bridge that? It's a journey that many times it takes us a lifetime. So we wanted to bring it up in a form of a conversation and bring our experiences. So I'm gonna ask Paul to share some of his experience. How do we recognize when we are living from the head versus guided by the heart? And what shifted for you when you chose the heart?
Yeah, thanks, Erika. Yeah, great question. I've been in New Age, let's just call it that, but alternative workshop since 1980. So I've been around a while doing this stuff, coming up to 50 years. Um, in the early years when I had my trainer wheels on, literally in the mid 80s, I was working for an armored car company and I had banking training. So at the time, we were told in the New Age sort of classes that all you had to do was come up with an affirmation and you would quickly see the results. And that's pretty much what The Secret's built on. And I've got a few issues with The Secret myself, and I might explain them sometime. But anyway, I came up with this affirmation, and it was vast sums of money come freely to me now. And it wasn't until I was in probably the next workshop that we were asked to speak about the affirmations that you'd come up with. And then somebody said, hang on a minute, don't you work in a armoured car company? And I was personally signing for $30 million a week in cash from the Reserve Bank in Brisbane City, where I was working from. But then they said, don't you think you might have to revise that statement to include for my own personal use? So it's really important to get specific, but also not attached to the outcome, because there was 30 million reasons why I could have been frustrated every week there. And so the goal is to keep finding your center, and that's really such an important part of this whole process. Intuition, when you break it down, tuition's learning and intuition is internal learning. And so you have to find your own way to quietening your head and understanding when the head's going off, because that's going to be noisy and erratic, to be able to calm and trust the heart. So that's an early example of me with my trainer wheels on, realizing I needed to do a lot more work.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. For me, it was when I switched my career when I was an exhibiting artist, and everybody thought that it was fun, but I wasn't actually having fun. I was very frustrated with deadlines, with things that I had to do, and it wasn't really enjoying. And when I started thinking about what light me up truly, which is all the energy work, which is all these things that I was in the closet for so many years, I was like, this is it. And it was completely different for me because I was like, wow, even though it was scary because I wasn't fully ready to embrace it, I decided to take baby steps and follow my heart, follow that inside that was telling me, it's here, it's where the joy resides. And I was like, oh my gosh, let's pay attention to that. Because every time I was doing it for free for many years, for over 20 years, I was in my zone of genius. I loved it. It was my best time. And I was like, it's there. So when I stopped thinking about, okay, what I'm doing looks pretty on the outside and it pleases people and it looks right in certain ways and all of that, right? It is good for my family. They think of me this way and they're proud of me. And then be like, this is scary, but this is truly me. This is what my soul and my heart want to go and go there, even though I was scared. And then little by little see that that was for me and show up a little bit more of me every time. I was like, this is it. This is it. And it has been the most magical journey for me because I couldn't change it for the world. I love what I do. I truly do. I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna serve my clients. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Like the containers that I co-create, and it's just like, wow. Like if somebody told me when I was in my head that I will get paid to do the thing that I love, I would be like, you're kidding me. This is not possible. But it is, and I discover it because I release it has to look a certain way, or it has to feel safe, or it has to be whatever, because I think what stops us, the head, the ego wants to keep us safe, wants to keep us in one place, and is avoiding growth. And we are in this human experience to outgrow all updated versions of ourselves and embrace new challenges, new opportunities, whatever it comes. Something too that I have learned, and I want to share really quick, is that we try to avoid the pain. We try to avoid things that are scary. And those have the most gifts because the heart, I'm going to, at the end of this masterclass, but I'm gonna give you an exercise to do yourself. And it's like sometimes the guidance is like, do the thing that is gonna look like less than ideal. And you're like, what did I do? My heart led me that way. But it's like the thing that you needed to learn, the lessons that make you stronger, more resilient, and bring other qualities in you. And you're trying to resist them. But for me, I have a term for that. It's like embracing the suck, embracing things that are difficult, that are painful, that look like less than ideal, because that's where the gift is. Those are incredible portals for us to transform and move towards and find like the image that I get is like that golden, what is it called? That golden pot of with all the coins. So yes, that's been my experience. So the next question for Paul is, what does the divine union of feminine and masculine energy actually look like and feel within a person? And how does influence intuitive living?
Wow. Yeah, wow. That's an important thing to realize, that we all actually have a defined divine feminine and masculine within us. And that's a real bit of a dance that we need to work with. And, historically, they'll say your assertive side's the masculine and the receptive side's the feminine. But in reality, that needs to be reversed in an instant, depending upon the situation. And just to give you a bit of a background on having to, it's all about trust and finding your own dance and your own balance. And for me, growing up in Brisbane, my father was a Virgoan police inspector, and I grew up in a home where the stuff I was reading and the stuff I was involving myself in, even when I was in my 20s was all considered to be fluffy woo-woo that was never going to amount to any sort of thing, because his value system was own your own home, get a 40-year career, all that sort of stuff. But that wasn't who I was. So I had part-time jobs, and then I had to start trusting my own inner balance to go, I can't even, I ended up getting sacked from those part-time jobs because I wasn't the right jigsaw puzzle for their story, and I was trying to fit in. I'd bring my glue and stick my little piece on their story, but it never worked. So it came down to having to trust everything. Then I went into the city in Brisbane and found a shop opportunity right in the middle of town. And I had a sandwich board, and I put that on the footpath, and I didn't know if I could pay the rent, but my guidance, my energy, my alignment said, this is what you must do. And then 2.5 years later, I left that and went to another town, and was still in the middle of town. I always positioned myself smack in the middle of everything, street level, so that people could see it. My signage is bold and it's out there. My first shop was called the Holy Grail. My second one was called Optimistic Views, where I offer psychic readings and psychic therapy. So it's all about having and in the meantime, you know, 100 workshops on trying to find myself and clear my own logistical acquired unhealthy views and perspectives and belief systems that came through the family. So, trusting that element within yourselves to take yourself out of a difficult situation or marriage. Have the courage to go, I have no idea on how long I'm in this lifetime for. It's really important that I honor myself and I believe in myself. And if that means I'm on my own, which is the biggest fright to the head, which is rejection, abandonment, then facing that and going, I'm going to love myself enough to leave this relationship or speak up in this relationship first. If it can't change, then I must be true to myself, however that looks. So it's living through the intuition is often being involved in several empty-handed leaps into the void, they call it, the dark night of the soul. But it's part of the journey. If you want to really live an authentic, true life, you're going to have to do the work. Otherwise, you'll just be, another bland person role-playing in society. There you go, Erika. Back to you.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Paul, for sharing that. Wow. Well, for me, it was the feminine energy that I was so much into my entire life was like, I felt like fragile. I felt like I was very intuitive, like all of that, very creative, super creative since I was a kid. But I was like rejecting my masculine. I was like rejecting money, rejecting power, rejecting anything that felt like solid, strong, like a power figure, because I was so, in a way, kind of scared of that because of my upbringing. And like women in my culture, they're supposed to be soft spoken and look a certain way and take care so much of themselves, so like image was big. And then for me to start deconstructing that and getting to love myself beyond that, beyond that, the labels of like my body has to be this or my body has to do that. And I have something that I haven't shared publicly, maybe only once, but I don't have any criticism, just for you to know, or anybody that chooses that for themselves. But for me, I did breast implants many, many, many years ago. And it only lasted like 5 years because I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I would love myself more. But I was like, this is not me. My body was rejecting it. I was not sleeping well. I was not feeling well. And I was like, shoot, like, no, this is not for me. And it was so interesting because when I went to have them removed with one of the best doctors in my country, everybody, the staff, they were like, how in the world? They look amazing. Are you crazy? Like, everybody aspires for something like that. And for me, it was like, no, I want to be flat and just love myself. And you know, for a woman from my culture to say that is like nobody, they were all thinking that I was crazy. And you know, like I had to make stuff up. I was like, I'm an athlete, which I'm not. Everybody that knows me would laugh at that statement because I hate exercise. It's like torture for me. And I was like, I'm an athlete. It really bothers me. So there you go. So I had to stop explaining myself. But I was like, whoa, when I did that, it was like I feel like myself, you know? And then I was not so scared of stepping onto that other side of energy because I would think feminine and masculine is like two separate things. Like you either have one, you have another, but like we have both. And they coexist within us. They're aspects of us. And throughout life, I have discovered with my own experience that maybe for some period of time, you lean towards one certain energy that serves you more at that particular time. And then you lean more to another energy. Like, for example, when I started building my business, I have no clue what I was doing. So I had to hire people, get coach, get directions, all of the things. And I was like, oh my gosh, like making money is so good. And not feeling guilt, right? Because the me from before, when I was in my artist days, I was like feeling guilty. Like, you know, the broke artist, there's some expression about that. Like I was that. I was all over the place in magazines, all the shows, all the things, but I was like, I was broke. And I was so like, oh, but you know, like that's the way it's supposed to be. No, that's not the way it's supposed to be. I learned because when we are expressing our true gifts with the energy of like, I want to share it for the highest and best of all. Doesn't matter like releasing the attachment to what's how it's gonna be received. The actual what happens is that you get abandoned in whatever way. It doesn't have to be just financial, but it's like that was an eye-opening for me because I always thought that you need to work so hard. That's the very masculine I was in my earlier years when I moved to the States. I worked crazy. I had the three jobs, typical immigrant story, three jobs. I got a scholarship in a very renowned art school, and I was like going to art school and having three jobs in order to maintain myself. And like, I was so tired. I was so destroyed. I had no life. I had no fun. I forgot all those things. So I started regaining myself after I was diagnosed with depression in 2010. And then I decided this needs to change because I'm not going to take any medications and I'm gonna get myself out of this. And getting myself out of this was like looking into my own, what I call it, my own BS, my own limitations, my internal dialogue, like all the things that I was sabotaging, the opportunities around me, my own growth with my mindset. So that was really key for me to merge the two, right? Not only leaning towards one like fragile and feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna create, great, but like how I'm gonna bring it out to the world, how I'm gonna present that and how the world is gonna provide for me. So all those energies are important for any type of creation that we bring. So just wanted to share that. And I want to lean with the next question for Paul. For someone who feels stuck in overthinking or disconnected from their intuition, what is one practical way they can begin moving from the mind to the heart?
Yep, thank you. I've led a pretty extreme life when it comes to testing my capabilities. So I just want to get you guys to just envisage something with me now. So imagine you're in a city at a street crossing with the lights, and the lights that don't walk, and you're standing there and there's about 50 other people there and everybody's focused on getting across the road and staying between the lines. And so imagine you're in the front line, you're looking to your goal, which is that little person on the other side who's not walking, and you can ready to see the green go walk light. Now, so you can all imagine that, can't you? You've been there a million times. Now I want you to imagine that right to the midpoint of that road is a raised section of about a foot or 30 centimetres for the metric people. Now also imagine that 30-meter pile of area that you're about to cross in is on fire. I've done 4 firewalks in my life, 1100 degrees. The flames have been 25 foot tall off the railway sleepers that were stacked in a big pyramid. And before we did that, we all went to a workshop where we wrote down all of our fears and limitations, and that was what can't you do in your life if you can trust yourself enough to walk across the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all spent hours writing down our particular fears, you know, the standard ones. My feet are going to burn off. I'll need crutches, probably a wheelchair. I hope there's an ambulance nearby, you know, standard sort of fears. Will it kill me? And then, so we got to the point then where we had to then screw that up and then put it into the big pyramid wall of railway sleepers and wood and petrol. And then they lit it up. And then that was the first one I did. I did one, a second one was about 6 months later. But standing, the analogy of standing at the crossing and wondering for yourself in your life, do you have what it takes to trust yourself to do the walk? And so you have to look beyond the fire pit and wait for your internal personal green light to go, now go, walk now. And it's about 8 paces across about 15 metres of, maybe not 15 metres, probably 8 metres of coals thick, blazing hot. It's, you know, it's 5 metres wide, it's about 8 metres long. There's still flaming bits on the edge. Everything about your training and your physical reality and the physics you've learned to your life to date said this shouldn't be happening. And personally, the hardest one was the second one, because I had 6 months to go through. How the hell did I survive that? But we did it anyway. So then a few more over the next few years. It actually became something I'd look forward to because it was quite, you know, wonderfully exhilarating. You know, we often went and got a pizza afterward, and we'd ask the pizza cook, what temperature's your oven running at? And he'd go, it's a standard 800. And we go, oh, yeah, child's play that is. And, but, you know, it's one of those things, jumping out of a plane too as well, not a tandem where you're strapped to someone else, but static line where you have to sit on the floor of the plane and you know your parachute's going to pull open once you fall out, but you still have to sit on the area on the plane floor, 3,000 feet over Byron Bay, put your left foot out onto the wheel, then move your hands up the strut, and then when you're ready, you let go. And if your chute doesn't open, you have to be conscious enough to clear it and then pull the emergency chute. So there's sort of some of the trust things that I put myself through in my 30s because I really wanted to believe, I really wanted to be sure that I'm a divine being with a strong spiritual truth and a strong belief in myself and my masculine and feminine, and trust that the intuition I'd been developing and honing across my 20s was as strong as I believed it would be, because it saved me a million times at different times. I can pick up radars usually about 2 k's out, which I'm pretty pleased about. So it has other benefits when you work at it. There you go, Erika.
Wow, 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 wow. That is pretty ballsy. I don't know if I could do anything like that. That is amazing, so courageous. But for the everyday person that is kind of going through something in their life that feels that they're stuck, or where do I go? I would just say that intuition is subtle and the ego is loud.
Yeah,
Your
absolutely.
ego is gonna always be like, oh, alarm, alarm, like don't move, like block you in place. And it blocks you into judgment, it blocks you into overthinking, and you're gonna be in these loops that you're playing out the worst possible scenarios. So what if worst possible scenarios we take inspiration from Paul and just be courageous, like you're gonna do it. You have what it takes to cross through that fire, through whatever it is, to whatever obstacle, because we are divine beings, but we forget. We forget, and the intuition, like this is the key that I always tell people, that, like I use it in my life because nothing that I say, that I preach, I don't apply it. I apply everything. And is something keeps coming to you, a desire, like I want to do this, like I want to do this something with my life, and it keeps coming and it keeps coming, and you keep putting it because whatever else is priority, because it's not the right timing, because oh my gosh, I don't know if I have what it takes, or it's too scary. If it keeps coming, like really start taking some action, because that was you before all the noise, before all the programming, before all these solutions that exist in this paradigm that you kind of secretly encoded in your brain. And it's like it's for you to claim it. Don't avoid it, don't delay it, don't put it for another year. Listen to that and listen and lean in with your heart, because that desire, if you pay attention, most of the time is highest good for all. It doesn't intervene with anybody's free will, it's not creating damage to anything. So like, why are you afraid? Everything that you are creating with your heart, like you have like God's permission to do it, do it proudly, to do it joyfully. But we spend time so much in our heads thinking about is I'm too old, I'm too this, it's too late, like blah blah blah. I don't have money, I don't have this, but like listen to me. I see it again and again and again. Like I have done crazy moves, not as crazy as Paul in my life. I have moved across continents. I have like I want to close my business today when everything was looking great. I'm like I have crazy moves like that because my intuition tells me do this, do this. There's something more. Like I follow what feels expansive for me, what feels joyful, and I want to experience it. And maybe it's not forever. This is another thing that we get so fixated. Like it has to be forever. And what if it's just an experience? What if it's just a fleeting experience? And why don't you and live through that experience, enjoy it, embrace it, embody it, and move on to the next, and move on to the next desire. And wishing too many things is not bad. We came here to be in experience and in co-creation with each other. So my invitation for everybody listening is to really follow the subtlety, what comes like a real like a whisper, not the loud, "Ah, don't do it, it's too much, it's too scary, it's not the time." No, the subtleties, like those desires, that those moments of inspirations that you have, really follow that, because that's where the juice is, and that's where your heart is leading you towards. So how are we doing with time?
Yeah,
Does
very good.
Paul want to add something before I guide you guys through a little exercise to get some answers from your body and tap into the feel of all that is? How are we doing? Are we
Yeah,
ready?
thanks, Erica. I'll have a quick couple of words there, but the important thing for me um, it's basically it's follow your passion. So find out what that might be, what you'd love to do next, or how you could see something could enhance your life. But importantly here, make sure it's within your personal integrity. Make sure it's within your personal value system. Make sure it doesn't hurt or harm anyone else.
Mhm.
But sometimes the goal of this is incorporating fun in your life. So if you have fun being on Mrs. Potts, and why wouldn't you? Then basically you make sure you squeeze a few of those in. If you're feeling a bit more courageous, you can be a Mrs. Potts maybe. But the personal goal is going. I need more fun in my life. That gets my life force going. That gets me more in touch with my heart, my intuition, and it gives me some joy, because if you're only slogging it out, you can be sure you're coming from here, not here. So every week allocate a special, like a fun day. Turn Sunday into fun day. It's a slight change in the letter. and or whatever day works for your calendar, and go, I'm walking in the park, I'm walking in the forest, I'm feeding the ducks, I'm going to go to the movies, I'm just going to, paint something like Christiana would do. And then so you can basically just, make a supreme mess and be very proud of yourself like a 5-year-old, because if children can show us anything, they can show us how to have fun.
Mm-hmm. Really true. I love that. Thank you for adding that. Yes, we can't forget to have fun. We get to be so serious because we're adults. Look at that, Christiane. I love it. The chicken with the glasses. I love it. I love it. So, are you guys ready for me? So, this is a little very short exercise that you can take with you in practice, because this connection we're bridging from here to the heart is like a muscle. It's like going to the gym. It's like one of those things, like it grows with consistency, right? Like we need to keep practicing and practicing and until we get there and we feel more strong with that connection. So I invite you to close your eyes if that feels okay for you. I like to close mine because I feel more connected and more in tune with the divine. And start breathing gently, releasing any heaviness that you're feeling in your body, any busyness in your mind. Just imagine that you are used by yourself and you're listening to my voice. Noticing the space behind the back of your head. Noticing your forehead. And noticing your forehead and relationship to the space, to the air around you. Just notice that space in between you and the environment that you're in. Relaxing your breath. Bringing your awareness to your jaw. And releasing any tension if you're noticing any tension in your body. I like to command the body to lighten, lighten, lighten when I feel heavy. And it really helps the body to be at more ease. I accompany with deeper breaths when I find a spot in my body that is tighter, more constricted. We're not judging, we're not complaining, we're just observing. Noticing your throat, your shoulders. Just allow them completely drop and relax, no tension. Easy. Noticing your arms, your hands, your incredible chest, and the heart at the center of your chest. Is not biologically possible, but we're just doing it for this exercise, breathing from the heart, imagining that heart growing in all directions. Many times we have that heart feel so constricted, and we just inviting more space, more coherence, just remembering what it feels to be balanced, restoring the natural rhythms, breathing from the heart. Now bring your awareness to your abdomen, really bringing in all the focus to you and your body. Noticing the breath through the abdomen, your abdomen expanding and contracting. Noticing your legs, your knees, your chins and feet. Now I want you to formulate a question that you already know the answer to. The answer has to be a yes, something, yes, a positive. Simple question could be as simple as, is my name, and my name is Erika. So if I ask myself, my name is my actual name, notice how your body and how your heart feel responds to it, because the heart has its own neural network independently from the brain. Heart has its own language, and you're connecting through the field through your heart. If I ask something for the answer to be yes, what sensations, what feelings, what visuals, what happens? Just notice. And you can follow up with another question that you also know the answer is positive or yes, just to know, to confirm that sensation, feeling. Just notice how it feels. You got it. Now we're going to do the polarity. We're going to do a no. So asking something like completely the same as the name, but not your name, somebody else's name. My name Carlos, Brian, Agustina, some of the people that is not in the room now. And notice what feels like. How is your body responding to that no? What a no feels in your body. And you can, again, formulate another question that you already know the answer is no. And just notice. What sensations, what feelings, what visuals. And once you feel complete, you tell your body, thank you, body. Thank you so, so much. I love you. Take a deep breath and open your eyes, wiggle around. Good, Sylvia. Yes, Sylvia's doing it right. It's like some movement. So anybody wants to share if they notice any difference or how, yes, Annette, please do.
I almost fell off my chair. There was such, and I never did the no answer as yet because I totally trust whatever needs to be shared with me. I trust it. And
Mhm.
it's also coming a long way since 2006. So I have a lot of practice in my spiritual answering and receiving. But never have I asked a no question from my heart. I tell you, it was like, ploops, nothing. It was the most funniest feeling. Thank you, Erika. I loved
Of course,
it.
of course. I love it. Anybody else wants to share? If they notice something, Christiana, yes, please do.
Yeah, I noticed with the no, like when we did the yes, it was just deep breathing. It was calm. There wasn't much change. It just peace. And then in the no, it was a more of a tightness in my chest and then more shallow breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very cool. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
of course, I love that. Anybody else wants to share? No, that's okay. Cindy, yes, please do.
Share. I kind of skipped over the no because I was in such a great place. Yes, that I was just feeling so relaxed and beautiful energy that the no just kind of went phew, right over. It like washed right over. So yeah, it was beautiful, but interesting. Yeah, I didn't really feel a difference because it washed right over me. It was in a really
Mm,
good energetic space. Thank you
mhm.
for that. It was really
Of,
beautiful.
course, of course, my pleasure. Love that. Yeah, usually a yes is expanded. People say like it's like open windows, like opening an umbrella. It's like open. It's nice. It feels nurturing. And a no, it feels like constricted, like tight, like Christiana was saying, like tight in the chest. It's the most like tight in the throat, or like enclosed space. And it's because our body and our field is reacting to information that we cannot yet grasp, but we tapping into the field. The body is, the heart field is tapping into the field. So it's something that you can keep practicing, right? Especially when you have to do choices in your life. Is this support and beneficial for me? Is this the right path for me? Is this collaboration, co-creation that is showing it like is this for me? Is this partnership for me? Like many things in life, right? That we can just develop that practice so that we don't have to do that the whole like going inwards, but like we just know like this. Oh no, 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 it's not for me. Oh yes, 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 it feels right. And yes, that's just wanted to share that because it's so simple, but it really creates a difference. I've been practicing that for years and I've been teaching it for years, and it really makes a difference to help us connect more to that intuitive space, to really listen more. And especially that first part, like go in, connect. How many times do we do that? Right? We're so busy doing, getting to places and all of that. So the invitation is to spend much more time with yourself, breathing,
Mm.
feeling your body, noticing what is your body feeling, what is it going through, what is trying to tell you, because at the end of the day, everything is information. So thank you so much for being part of this masterclass, for following along. Thank you, Paul, for co-creating this with me. And thank you so much, Sanet, for guiding us and creating such amazing, empowering spaces for everybody to get inspired. Thank you.
Wow,
Mhm.
incredible. So let me quickly talk to the viewers, and then I am going to ask each and every one of you how you're feeling, and we will have the two co-hosts last. I would also love to hear what they are feeling, because I know they had quite a few meetings to create this amazing session for us. So, my beautiful viewers, how are you feeling? Did you listen to Erika's mesmerizing voice? Did you had your answer for yes and the feeling for yes? Because that's the most important, even for a man, is to tap into your feelings. And then, did you get your no? So, my beautiful viewers, we will continue for a little while, but we want to say thank you for being here. Please remember to go down in the show notes, and all the details is in there as well. And then for my Diamond Beauties and Tanzanite Euros, if you are not a Slim member and you would love to do a masterclass, please connect with me. I will tell you what is in store and what is your investment in doing this. So it's not to say you cannot do it. I, I, you are welcome. Okay. So we are ready to rock and roll, my beautiful viewers and my beautiful ladies. And Paul, will you give the viewers a kiss? 1, 2, 3. Mwah! Thank you, my beautiful viewers. So, Christiana, you are on my board first, and then it's Marie, and then Cindy, and then Tina, and then Sylvie. How are you feeling? And how was this combination masterclass for you?
That was awesome. I am feeling great, just relaxed. And there was some really great tips. I love when you said, Paul, that be specific and don't attach to the outcomes. That's something I've really been practicing in myself too. And I loved hearing your story about the fire walk, and do you have what it takes to make that walk? And that's really cool, and trusting in ourselves to do that. We need each other, but we really need to trust in ourselves to take those steps, right? Somebody can say go, here it is, and then you can, you know like that old saying, lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So I love that it remains in our choice. And
Yeah,
I love how you're reminding us, Erica, that the intuition is quiet and that ego is loud. And if we get into that quiet and just trust in that, and the more that we trust in that, the more we do that trust in we build that trust in ourselves, that we know I'm capable of taking this step, and that, oh, this feeling in my heart lets me know, yes, it is the step for me to take, or no. So I'm right to not take this step, even if somebody's telling me it's time to go. It's not my time. So I trusting in myself. So it's
very
beautiful. So thank
important.
you. Thank you.
Very
Great,
important.
great,
Yeah.
great job. Wonderful. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Before I give it over to Marie, I was also doing a fire walk twice. By the first time, my husband said to me, Sanet, you don't phone me to come and pick you up because you've got blisters under your feet. So I got through it the first time and no blisters. So I phoned him, and he was telling my son, you better get the keys and ready because we need both to travel to go and fetch your mom because she probably cannot. I'm on the phone. I said hello, but he was not. He was picking up, but I said to him, guess what? No blisters. But my heart is expanding because I did the firewalk.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well
I
done.
thank you, Paul. I remembered my 2 times walking on fire. Marie, how are you feeling, my beautiful one? You are muted, my girl.
Oh, start over, start out again. So Eric and Paul, that was fabulous. I loved the doing it as a co-host. That was wonderful. And it went so fast, but so many golden nuggets. Like I've written so much stuff down here, it's crazy. So many golden nuggets. And Erica, when you were doing your meditation sort of, I have to tell you that I've been on a treadmill lately, and like Sanet, I almost fell off my chair, but I honestly, I think I fell asleep. I didn't get any, I didn't get any no, it was all yes. And the funniest thing when you said, come back to and whatever, and I have a thing about 444, and I looked at my clock and it said 444 when I was coming out of, so I thought, oh, all of my yes questions are it's perfect. It was wonderful. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
Wow. Thank you, my beautiful Marie.
Thank you.
Cindy?
It was wonderful. Thank you so much to the two of you. It was fabulous. Again, echoing with Christiana and Marie have already said, it was a great topic. It's a great reminder. And I think for people that are just starting to step into this journey, some really great nuggets. I mean, just the whole trusting oneself. I mean, it's so difficult. It can be so difficult to trust oneself because there's so much noise out there. Even in this day and age, there's more noise coming at us all the time. So there's this constant distraction that takes you away from that quiet moment that you need for yourself. Because that, for me, that's when I can really touch, as you said, Erica, it's quiet, it's soft. And so we need to create that space to get that quietness and come into that softness. So I just think that was such a beautiful point to make. And Paul, I loved what you said about the fire walk and jumping out of a plane as well. Man, you go, guy. As somebody said before, I don't know if I would have the balls to actually do that, to be honest with you. I mean, it sounds exciting to me, and yet there's a part of me that's like, well, I don't know. I don't know, but I think it's beautiful because what you said is so incredible in terms of, wow, what a way to fully embody trusting oneself.
Yeah.
And that to me that is a good lesson for me to learn, is that full embodiment of the trusting, and to put yourself into a situation that is extremely frightful. Again, something else might be extremely frightful to me. Maybe it's not the walk through fire, but really putting yourself in that situation to say, okay, testing myself. Am I really trusting myself? So I just think it was so beautiful, all of the nuggets that you gave. And I really loved, again, the meditation, as I said, with Marie. The no's were washing right over because I was just in the whole yes energy. It felt so good. I think I just didn't want to go to the no. So I thank you
Good.
so much. It was really a beautiful, beautiful masterclass.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. My beautiful Tina.
Yes, it was beautiful, really beautiful. And I just wanted to, it was the divine aspect of yourself remembering through embodiment. And that's what I really loved the most, is that you gave those aspects of the humanness and how you went from the knowledge into the embodiment. And when you did that, you were able to shift your consciousness. And I think that's so important for people to see that this is how we do it. And so you're such a beautiful mirror of the energy and the blueprint that it takes to walk this divine life. And so thank you. I loved it. And I actually, the meditation, I was going to say, I did really feel the no. I mean, I went into the yes and I felt expanded and beautiful and safe. And the no really was in the brain. It really was in the analytics. It was like, wow, it's just stopped there. And I'm like, I will use that. So thank you. I think that all of these little tools that we can put in our toolbox are so beneficial, because even when we become very expanded and the teachers and the wisdom keepers, I think there's good ways for us to remind ourselves, because sometimes we get out of alignment too. And it's great to have these little nuggets to help us. But you guys did a beautiful job. So thank you so much.
Thank
Wow.
you, Tina.
Thank you, Tina. Sylvia, I'm going to give you a minute now. There's a song. Isn't there a song? This is how we do it. Like almost like a rap song. Isn't there a song like that? Just unmute and just sing a little bit of this song for me.
This is how we do it.
Do it. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yes.
This is how we do it.
I don't know who sings it where. That's all I know.
Thank you, Tina. So we all
Just
remember that song. How amazing, my beautiful Sylvie. So wonderful
Well,
to see
Paul and
you.
Erika, I had almost like tingles throughout. And apologies for leaving, but I had a delivery. I had to open my door. I've circled things because they were the things that popped for me, and I won't call out names. I'll just read it out. I like we avoid the scary things, but they give you the best rewards. I think Erika said that. So good. I've been trying to do that the most. Keep ideas coming. The idea that you want to do something keeps coming, so take that action. I've been learning to do that from you guys. Paul's been pushing that on me for many years, and I thank Paul and Sanet as well. Follow the subtleties. Awesome. Allocate a fun day. Paul's been telling me to have a fun day for a long time, and I've known Paul for since I was 24, or even earlier than that, and he means the world to me. He's like an extended family. So I loved it, guys. I really did. And the meditation, I don't know where I was. I was still in Yes Land, and Woolworths pulled me out of it. Thank you very much. Bless you guys. I loved it. It was awesome.
Oh, Sylvie,
Sylvia.
you're amazing. Thank you. I'm so sorry. My beautiful Erika and Paul. So, Erika, how are you feeling?
Oh my gosh, I feel so full and it's time for me to sleep. So I don't know how long I'm going to sleep because I feel all energized and happy and buoyant. You guys are everything. You guys know that I love you. I love this community and I can just be myself. And thank you for being here and for allowing me to be myself, because you guys are my greatest gift. And I can tell you that enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Paul?
Thanks, Sanet, and thanks, Erika. It's been a great thing to contemplate from the start. We had so many different directions we could have gone in, but then probably an hour ago or so we decided we'd just chat about our own personal experiences. And I just want to throw in one that's probably the most important to me out of everything, because it wasn't any of them. I have two children. My daughter's 31 shortly. My son's 27. But both of them are unassisted home births, just me and their mum. 95 and 97 was when they were born, or 98 actually. And but it was she was really keen on it, and I just really had to trust that everything would be in place. We planned a water birth for my daughter. We thought we were having a boy actually, because she was so strong. But we had a beautiful daughter. And then for my son, we did have a water birth in the bath of the rental house we were in on the Sunshine Coast hinterland. And what a beautiful moment it was. He was born, and part of the deal with a water birth is you keep him under the water for the first 30 seconds or so because they're still breathing through the cord. But his sister was standing outside, just watched everything, like right at the edge of the bath, watching everything. Anyway, once he came up and cleared his throat, which sounded pretty gross, he went straight onto the left breast of his mum. And my daughter saw that the access to these beautiful breasts of her mum was now being she's going to have to share. So she peeled off her pajamas and dived into this bath. So I won't give you the full description of the bath, but if you've ever seen a French onion soup, it's getting close. And then she was suckling on one, and he was suckling on the other, and these two eyes were joining across the top of these boobs. And for me, that was the culmination of how divine trust, how divine intuition, and just strong belief can get you everywhere you need to be.
That's beautiful.
And thank you everybody for being here. It's so important to do this into a live audience rather than, just banging on in front of a Zoom call. So thank each and every one of you for being here.
Wow, thank you, my beautiful Paul, my beautiful Erika, and I will always remember your story about your two children as well. That is a most incredible story, especially for your daughter. How incredible. So my beautiful ones, we will not have any masterclass for the rest of May. All of the ladies and gentlemen decided, no, that it's too early. And yes, I have asked them, some of them already not a few weeks, even more than a few months ago, because of then I decided to do the Together Masterclass. But then the first one that's going to happen is going to be Natalie's one, the second week in June. If I do get somebody that wants to take up a masterclass, I will then let you know. But I just wanted to say thank you, my beautiful Erika and Paul. It was amazing. Thank you, my beautiful ones. I love all of you. I've already added your names to Paul and Erika's, where we had a discussion. So you are welcome to do the testimonials, as you all know, in portrait, and then I will make sure to have it on E360. And Paul and Erika, you can also do a testimonial on how you felt delivering it together and giving it to us the way that you did. And then please don't go over a minute, and I will then add it to E360. Your show will go out. I think I just quickly want to mention that so that you know. Your show will go out on Erika and Paul on May the 24th, and it's a Sunday. So Sunday is our most viewed shows. So your show will go on May 24th. Then I want to say to all of you, yes, Paul?
Sanet, is that portrait, that 55-second testimonial?
Yes, please. Portrait, because it needs to go on to E360's short, the short section on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So if say, for instance, Cindy is doing one, there will be the show notes will be there, but Cindy's elevated pitch will be highlighted because she did so everybody that is going to do one, their own highlight, their own elevated pitch and connection point will be added. It's an extra thing I love to do, because the more I can amplify, the more people can see all of our magic, because Cindy is part of us. So if she's highlighted, we all are highlighted. I love that idea. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Paul. So my beautiful ones, can I wish you all an amazing, so Paul and Sylvie have an amazing Thursday. Erika and myself have a beautiful night rest. I don't know how I'm going to sleep now. And Christiana, Marie, Cindy, and Tina have an amazing afternoon. I love all of you. Thank you.
I'll be back.
Love you. Heart
Thank you,
hugs,
thank
heart
you.
hugs.
Love
Love
everybody.
you all.
Bye.
See
Thank
Bye,
you
you.
guys.
everyone.
Thank you.
See ya. See you, Paul. See you, Erica.